The Lighthouse Group is a full-service agency of over 30 locations and 350 team members, providing innovative solutions in 5 diversified areas of insurance. Originating in Holland over 20 years ago, Lighthouse is proud to be a supporter of Tulip Time Festival and can be found online at lighthousegroup.net.
Finest in the background, as indeed.
One quick question for you, Gary.
Yes.
How long does it take from a seed to a bulb for Tulip?
Ooh, good question.
21 years.
Oh.
21 years from a seed to develop a tulip bulb. That's for free.
All right.
Of course, if you call that for scary, you might get a free something or other.
It started, technically, it started 8 minutes ago at the corner of 8th and Columbia, but the Tulip Time Festival's Metal Flow Volksparade is now at the corner of 8th and Central as the Holland Department of Public Safety bodyguard leads us out.
Who's in the green shirt down here walking up? I'll let you guess. You had him on for an interview last week.
That is Don.
That's Don one. Thank you, guys. And again, our hats off to these guys, too, for all the work that they do, protecting and keeping everything running in order, two-way traffic.
The Holland Department of Public Safety Honor Guard, John Karsten, the town crier. Yes.
Oh, he's here. Yep.
It is, hate to say it, but it's not a Tulip Time Festival until John Karsten says
exactly
we're ready to go. And Governor Rick Snyder in the Dutch male costume.
Hello, Johnny.
To his
left
is Lieutenant Governor Brian Kelly. To his right,
there he
is not only Tulip Time Festival Director Gwen Huerta, but Holland Mayor Nancy DeBoer.
These are the people that put a lot of work in behind the
Senator is here. State Senator Arlen Meekoff behind her. Many of the dignitaries are in the front load, including Sally Lakaitis, the Executive Director of the Holland Area Visitors
Some of them
Bureau.
have wooden shoes on, Gary.
They do.
Nice.
But I wanted to mention Sally because she lost her pug, Lucy, a couple of weeks ago. After 15 years, succumbed to illness. And sorry, it's not a Tulip Time without the little pug. So as the honor guard goes by, the Holland High School marching Dutchmen and Dutch women will lead us.
Brian, the superintendent of schools, up in the front, leading the way.
Yep. Dr. Brian Davis.
Exactly. Now, the different high schools will take different parts of the venue throughout this week. Holland High will lead off, and then we're either going to have Holland Christian or West Ottawa. But they will switch spots as the lead during the 3 parades. And right now we have the Holland High School marching band. And what's unique about them, Gary, if you're listening for the first time?
As they come close to us, we'll tell you that the marching Dutchmen, gender neutral, renowned for marching in the traditional Dutch wooden shoes, all 3 Tulip Time parades annually. The band is alternating between playing the signature song, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, or the arrangement of Prince's Let's Go Crazy, arranged by Holland High School alumni and brothers Andrew and Kevin Dupree. The Holland High School marching band has performed in the Tournament of Roses parade twice, the Indy 500 pre-race parade 6 times. They've been down at Walt Disney World 11 times, Disneyland twice, as well as America's Thanksgiving Parade, the Old Hudson's Parade in Detroit, and in Chicago as well. And another feature, as we have the band coming to us, the Little Red Dutch shoe.
Exactly.
A couple of youngsters being carried by some Holland High School students. That's as much of a tradition as the Marching Dutchman in their
a lot of this
shoes.
Goes back to Chuck Bullard, and Chuck just poured his life into this for so many years, and it's nice to see those types of things continue. And we'll pick up a little bit of the music from the Holland High Marching Band. Bethany Van Oss is the band director.
Timed it any better, Nick Weber.
Well, you know, one of the things that I always appreciate, too, about Tulip Time in the bands is all the work that these kids put in. Now, for those of you, Gary, like you and I, we're watching basketball or watching football. It's a venue for everybody to come out and watch, but very seldom do you have a group of people come in and watch the band at school.
Let's say hello to our foreign dignitaries. Julia, Nick, I need your help on this one.
Copius
from the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Jori Kijsper, also from the Embassy. Justice Beth Clement and Wilder from the State Supreme Court. I had a chance to chat with Justice Clement a little bit earlier. We have four balloons up. And Sophie van Dormelen, who's the Consul General of the Netherlands in New York. We certainly appreciate all of them being here.
I always appreciate the people that donate their cars, whether you're a private car dealership or an individual private. We have here comes a nice big Cadillac down here, convertible, and a lot of these cars we haven't seen. You might see them at the car show down here in June.
Don't mention car show too much. Ed Verskier say, hey, where is it? Our Grand Marshal is a man that has served a lot for our community.
Don Comion. 26 years.
He is stepping down. Steve Boltice will replace him as the superintendent of Holland Township.
Yep, a well-deserved break down here as he gets to be in the convertible down.
Now we go to the 8th grade band from West Ottawa High School. Heidi Konjorski and Jenna Schroeder are the directors. 8th grade band students from both West Ottawa Harbor Lights and Makatawa Bay Middle School, playing Paul Murtha's arrangement of Hand Clap.
Heidi, one of my colleagues, still in it, still doing a great job.
The world-famous Dutch dancers of Holland, Michigan. More than 700 that perform at the Tulip Time Festival. They performed a little after 1 o'clock this afternoon and got to the line, and
they'll be
always
back tonight.
A popular figure.
They'll be back tonight, too. A lot of time and effort put in to learn how to do this. You just don't sign up. You go, you get trained, you got a pass. Yep.
And you have to
they're responsible
a few
for
their each costumes, which typically cost $200 or more, handmade by local seamstresses.
Now, they all have to pass inspection.
For nearly 90 years, millions of people have gathered to participate in Holland's Tulip Time Festival. Drawing more than 500,000 people annually, Tulip Time offers a 9-day experience of our town and its tradition. With millions of tulips blooming throughout the city and hundreds of clomping dancers,
Good
Tulip
to see
Time
Harry got a job he can handle.
It's the nation's best flower festival, America's best town, small town festival, and even the 2017-18 Tulip Festival of the Year.
Harry Burgess driving down here, former choir director at West Ottawa High School years ago.
We say hello to our Art in Bloom poster winner, Cindy Ari. She made the winning selection together.
Were there like 19 of them that were in that?
20
okay.
was in, and Cindy was the winner. And the other 19 people can vote.
Came in second place.
Now I have to say hello to the man that represents me in the state house, State Representative Roger Victory from Hudsonville. I live on the other side of the county, and that's his.
You spent a lot of time talking with him.
Oh yes,
updates.
I did.
Yep.
Yes, I do. State Representative Roger Victory with us.
Compassionate heart. My daughter was involved in that. We still are. Kirk Cousins is going to be coming here on May 17 at the Laws Field House. We're going to take my grandson and listen to him speak. A wonderful ministry to special needs students, an after-school program where the parents can drop the kids off and they can hang out with their friends for 4 hours and just enjoy it.
1 Peter 3:8 is the verse they have on their T-shirts.
Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Compassionate Heart Ministry. We are very pleased to have them be with us on the Metal Flow Volksparade. Now, it's time to welcome Cal de Kuiper's guys and girls. The Zeeland High School Marching Band under the direction of Keith Walker. Nearly 200 students in grades 9 through 12. Some wear brown, some wear green. But in the band, there is no East Chicks or West Ducks. It is Zeeland High School. They have been appearing since the 1930s, the second oldest participating band.
Careful, they'll knock. The director is one of my students. Keith Walker, great guy.
And
does a fabulous job with his kids.
Second oldest behind Holland High School. Let's hear a little bit of the Zeeland High Marching Band.
Color Guard doing a nice job entertaining the folks down here. Crowd appreciating that, giving them a nice hand. You're right, it's a nice weather for the people that are participating. And we'll pick up some of the music of Keith Walker, Zeeland High School Marching Band.
At our broadcast location in the Medici Neapolitan Pizza broadcast booth at the corner of 8th and Central in downtown Holland, our friends from Manus Body Shop. They've been in Holland since 1940, voted Holland's best body shop, and support multiple nonprofit organizations in the Holland community. Love Tulip Time. And they have one of those classic pickup trucks.
Manus Body Shop. Been around for a lot of years, located over here in Chicago Drive. Bob Fikema worked there for a lot of years. My neighbor, doing an outstanding job. Thank you for bringing in your truck today with tulips on it.
Now, next up is our friends from Herrick District Library, and they've got the book carts. Got to put it to these somebody, I suppose. Herrick District Library, the public library for the greater Holland area. Staff members in today's parade. Proud to welcome all people to a lifelong journey of enrichment and an exploration of ideas.
I like getting books from the library on my Kindle. Pretty neat. You know, they're always evolving, just like Tulip Time, something better, and that's what's happening here. And hats off to everybody involved in Tulip Time this year. And again, R.E. Barber Ford donating some of the cars that we see here today.
Including a Mustang. It reminds me of Carroll Shelby, the man who helped design the first Mustang. I like his chili. Time now for the Express Clydesdales of Express Employment Professionals.
There's the West Coast. Topper.
Each of these Clydesdales Wear handcraft English leather show harness with silver and chrome trim fitted specifically for the position in the hitch. These horses weigh an average of 2,000 pounds each, stand approximately 18 to 20 hands high. The team is pulling a beautiful handcrafted wagon replica featuring roll-bearing wheels, brakes, and lights, and weighs over 3,000 pounds.
This is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? I love to see these horses in here. Yeah, they're huge.
Express Employment Professionals put people to work, generating a record $3.4 billion in sales, employing more than 540,000 people in 2017. And the long-term goal, annually, they want to put 1 million people to work.
Nice.
At Express
That's great.
Employment Professionals. And from the Clydesdales and horsepower to a big rig with a lot more horsepower than those Clydesdales.
It's like the truck parade coming up here in a while. Nice.
Of course, the Labor Day truck parade, now a staple of Holland.
That's a little warm-up right here.
Crown Motors, proud to have served the Holland community for over 31 years. 5 Holland locations, 10 brands to choose from. Blessed to continue serving West Michigan in new and exciting ways. As a local family-owned business, our partnership with Tulip Time, very meaningful. Of course, Crown Motors, helping to sponsor some of our sports.
Tulip Time 2018 brought to you in part by our good friends at Lighthouse Title Group, by Compound Door, by Russ's Restaurants, Medici, Pizza.
Neapolitan pizza.
Neapolitan pizza. I love it.
Time for Bikin' Bar. The New Holland Brewing Company has its Bikin' Bar.
They've expanded. Now they've got a little Chinese fire drill as people trading places here.
Yep. Well, you can only pedal so far.
It's early.
Next is the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan. Our good friends there, that nonprofit, trying to get the Be Nice program up and going so that families will not be hurt by the scourge of losing someone because of bullying.
Yeah, exactly. And Tulip Time 2018 is also brought to you by our good friends Phil Nightcamp, 5-Star Real Estate, by Washington Square Mini Mart, Glenda's Lakewood Flowers, and Randy's Carpet Care. Also by Metal Flow, by Bouchelle Sales, by Vanderveen's Dutch Store, and Mapleview Animal Hospital. And we just thank all of our sponsors working with us that we're able to bring you these broadcasts here on Wednesday, Thursday, and the Parade of Bands on Saturday afternoon. Denoyer Chevrolet.
As they're carrying members of the production of Calendar Girls going on at the Holland Civic Theater, a PG version of it, folks. You can bring all the kids for this one.
Too. They're good.
And that is the Tulip Time show going on through
gotta love
Saturday.
it.
We welcome the Crusaders from Unity Christian High School. Brian Knott, the director, and let's listen to the Crusaders. And they got a new school over on 48th. Just
yes, they do.
On the edge of Hudson.
To go along with their athletic complex.
In 2 months, I'll be eligible to join EC Striders, a senior adult walking group aged 60 to 87 years, walking 3 times a week, 3 miles each time. Have walked in Texas, Illinois, Ohio, Iowa, South Carolina, and all across the state. I think I'll be joining them in about 2 months when I turn 60.
Evergreen Commons, outstanding facility. Yep, a lot of programming going on there, a lot of things to do.
Ed Verskura, our producer, back in our studios. We are going to throw it to you for an update on traffic and weather, and we'll continue with more coverage of the Metal Flow Volksparade from the Medici Neapolitan Pizza broadcast booth on Real News Now, 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
What is good news traffic-wise? Traffic is flowing very freely right now around the Holland area, and because everybody's downtown, that's why. And it's very nice. Moderate traffic, a little tighter close in on US 31, closer as you get to the city limits here. But for the most part, we are in good shape right now on the roads. And the Tulip Time Festival forecast from WHTC.com calls for thunderstorms developing later on today, some of which may be severe. Temperatures will be topping off in the upper 70s to around 80, but it's been mostly cool. We're in the 60s right now. Tonight, scattered storms and a low of 54. Tomorrow, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, high of 61. And Friday, rain and a high of 56. Right now, our temperature reading in Zeeland, 66 degrees. We have 64 degrees here in Holland and winds from the southeast at 13. Follow the 2018 Tulip Time Festival on Real News Now, 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Tulip Time Festival coverage on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM is presented in part by Randy's Carpet Care.
Remember the days when we used to get newspapers delivered to our homes or offices? They were filled with a bunch of ads and lots of old news. Last week, there was something in a neighbor's driveway that resembled a newspaper. In fact, they were scattered all over the place, discarded and untouched until garbage day. Yesterday's news in today's world. And today, along with the decline of newspapers, less people are watching TV and cable, and they're charging more for their ads. But while the newspaper goes unread and TV declines, the reach of radio remains consistent and strong. Radio is America's #1 reach medium. 93% of America listens to the radio, and they listen more than 13 hours a week. Radio provides a better return on your advertising investment, more than double that of television. And radio is a great companion to digital advertising. Midwest Communications can give you the reach and frequency you need to make a difference with radio, digital, social, mobile, video, and more. Call Stan at 616-392-3121 and put the power of today's radio to work for you. 616-392-3121. Wake up to the daily forecast from 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM on your smartphone. Just text STORM to 80373 and you'll get a text with the weather forecast by 6 a.m. every day. Powered by WHTC.com. That's all you have to do. You can wake up to the weather. Get the latest forecast from 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM. Just text the word STORM to 80373 and we'll deliver your daily forecast. Standard message and data rates may apply.
Spotlighting the star of the show, the Tulip, on where Holland goes to follow the Tulip Time Festival. 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Back at the Metal Flow Volksparade. Couldn't have timed the return better, Mr. Weber. My band, yes, Saugatuck High under the direction of Andrew Holtz. I have seen this band grow fourfold in my 9 years of broadcasting Saugatuck High sports. Good to see the orange and blue today.
We'll try to pick up a little bit of their music. We did miss Holland Christian during our break, and the excellent wooden shoes that are powered by Elsing and Walker. We thank them for being here also.
We welcome our friends from WZZM Television up in Walker as they stride by. One of the fine media partners of the Tulip Time Festival. Fortunately, this is the time when their satellite truck, good for them to be in the parade and not having to cover some emergency.
Exactly.
We got our WHCC truck washed earlier today on the north side at Quality Car Wash. 4 locations in Holland, 1 in Muskegon. And also the Tommy's Express branded sites in Grand Rapids, coming soon to Jenison, my backyard. My wife likes the Quality Car Wash over on 120th and Chicago Drive. It's not so scary to drive in there. And we got clean vehicles for our friends at Quality Car Wash.
Tommy's Car Wash is their claim to fame. Done a nice job out there.
Next up,
product.
it's Hand to Hand, because a hungry child hurts. And partners with local churches and schools provide a backpack filled with supplemental food that bridges the gap of weekend hunger. Consists of breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner items, nourishes more than physical needs, providing consistency, love, and demonstrates to all within a home that people do care. Well done, Hand to Hand, because a hungry child hurts.
Black River, under the direction of John Montgomery. And, of course, this is a unique band because they're on the bed of a truck being driven. They're not walking, and we'll pick up some of their music. Boys in Black and White, the Blues Brothers.
About a half mile away at Black River Band. The West Michigan Puppetry Guild is next, continuing to preserve the tradition of puppetry from over 7 counties throughout Michigan. Hands and minds come together to promote this all-encompassing art, share story, and promote imagination.
Are those guys driving it, puppets, or are they real?
I think the puppets are the ones driving it.
Nice, exactly.
Next up is Life Circle Space. Knowing that living at home as independently as possible is important to seniors. Life Circles helps older adults with complex health and memory issues remain in their own homes and community with customized care in-home and at the day center. Look them up on Facebook, 582-3100 for Life Circle Space.
A few folks being wheeled down the street. Joint. Woody, how you doing, buddy?
Next up, Chance.
Yeah, we're all getting older.
Been in Holland since 2003, celebrating 15 years of service to our community, a positive place to develop life skills, changing and empowering today's students for a better tomorrow.
And our next band are the Hamilton High School Hawkeyes, under the direction of Joe Herrick.
And Patrick Connolly, and Paul Connolly, I should say.
I don't see Joe right now, but I see Connolly.
So the black and gold.
Yep, maybe we'll pick up a little bit of their music down here as we're moving along on the Volksparade here on Wednesday afternoon. Tomorrow the Kinder Parade, and then on Saturday the Parade of Bands at 2 o'clock. Beautiful weather down here for both the spectators, the guys announcing, and the people participating. And we'll pick up some of the music of the Hamilton Hawkeyes Marching Band.
Bubbles being blown, but we're not seeing West Ham United. It's actually the Holland Rescue Mission, serving the Holland community for over a century.
How you doing, Aaron?
Great work done by the Holland Rescue Mission. And
they know how the gateway is open now, correct?
Yep, the Gateway Center.
Nice facility for those guys to work out of.
Now, let's say hello to our friends from Best Pals. The Animal Rescue Center voted Best of the Best 2 years ago. And they definitely take care of the puppies. Somehow you can't walk a cat.
They don't cooperate very well.
No, they don't. Now, let's welcome our friends from White Pigeon. The Chiefs are in town. The White Pigeon Marching Band under the direction of Jessica Benoit. And let's hear them.
They're with us every year. Nice little trip outside the area band.
Next up, the Holland Town Center. Proud to be a participant. Holland Town Center on Holland's north side, and their contingent in a in a blue Impala convertible.
About a 1963 or 64 Chevy convertible.
I'm looking more like late 60s. But it's an Impala.
What's it say on the back? Yeah, it's kind of covered up.
Yep, RKH is the license there.
No
And finally, before we get to the next segment, the Hope College Trio, Upward Bound, celebrating anniversary number 50 with a violet and white float.
You know how long the windmill has been here on Windmill Island? 53 years.
Mm-hmm.
53 years.
Now, every weekday morning around 7:15, 7:20, we're joined by Dan Seaborn with his Winning at Home moment.
Yep.
Winning at Home, of course, is a ministry based out of Zealand. Radio programming, which we have, along with counseling, conference speaking, books, other multimedia resources. Staff of 30 has kept families in our community on track for more than 2 decades. We welcome Dan Seaborn and Winning at Home.
Tulip Time 2018, the Volksparade, brought to you in part by our good friends at Lighthouse Title Group, by Compondor, Russ's Restaurant, and Medici, Napoleon Pizza. Neapolitan, pizza. That's a lot of varieties.
They used to be a staple in the immediate downtown area, but Reliable Sport and Billiards in its new home just east of the downtown.
They just moved.
They just moved, but new ownership and
there's the same owner. There's Ken Voss.
Ken Voss is
How
still
you doing,
there
Ken?
with the man who replaced him, Izzy.
Yep.
And indeed, where all they sell is fun.
Yep.
Reliable Sport.
Been that way since I was a kid.
The Holland Optimist Club is here. Let's be optimists. Which I know that somebody in the newsroom would say, yeah, Stevens needs to be an optimist. Well, we welcome them to the 2018 Metal Flow Volksparade.
Tulip Time brought to you in part by Phil Nykamp, 5-Star Real Estate, Washington Square Mini Mart, by Glenda's Lakewood Floral, and by Randy's Carpet Care. Also our good friends at Metal Flow, Michelle Sales, Vanderveen's Dutch Store, and Mapleview Animal Hospital.
We have another band coming in. It's the 7th grade band representing West Ottawa Public Schools under Heidi Kajorski and Jenna Schroeder. The driven 7th grade band students from West Ottawa's Harbor Lights and Nakatawa Bay Middle School. And they're playing one of Neil Diamond's classics, Steve, Sweet Caroline. Kajorski, this is her last Tulip Time. She's stepping down after 22 years.
Yep, she's about due. She's been there quite a while.
We welcome the Juneteenth Royal Court Queen and runner-up princesses making their appearances. Following that, we have our friends at College Hunks hauling junk and College Hunks moving. They're ready to haul some out. It's spring cleaning time. College Hunks hauling.
You know, one of the things that's been difficult this year for the band directors is getting outside because of the weather. So if everything doesn't look perfectly straight, they've got a little bit.
Lakeshore Family Chiropractic, proud sponsor of Clomp the Record 2.0. Now we have our friends from Home Realty. Life is good at home. A local company. Work here, play here, give here. Voted Best of Holland, Best Real Estate Company, Home Realty. Life is good. A reminder that we will have the Johnson and Yen Feng Kinder Parade tomorrow. 1:30 our coverage begins on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM. Or shall I say it's Yang Feng and Johnson Controls.
Yes.
I have to be correct on that. Sherry Lane Preschool is up next. They've been part of the Holland community since '56. It's the first preschool in the area. Float has been part of the Tulip Time festivities for over 50 years. Sherry Lane Preschool. 19th and Hazel, they have their street sign where they are located. Another band stepping up, Creekside Middle School, representing Zeeland Public Schools. Nicole Beer directing it. But unlike the varsity band, they do show their green and gold colors. They support the Zeeland West Ducks.
I want to say thanks to my good friend Mark Worley, who will be stepping down as the athletic director at the end of this year. Has done an outstanding job over there at Zeeland West.
Ministry comes in many different forms. Love Sews is a ministry that has completed more than 700 quilts since starting in March 2013. By the end of 2017, they have completed more than 700 quilts donated to individuals and families. Love Sews Ministry, quilting for a cause.
Beautiful float. Up next, we have the Zeeland Youth Dance Company, a program of Zeeland Recreation Department.
6th through 12th graders involved in this, Nick, is they performed with Holland Symphony, with contemporary ballet Alice in Wonderland. ZYDC members committed to growing technically and artistically in a non-competitive environment. Zeeland Youth, the Dance Company. Our friends at Coldwell Banker Woodland Schmidt are striding up to our broadcast location, leading real estate company in the Holland area, proud sponsor of Tulip Time for years, and they got that sold on Tulip Time on their float. That is Coldwell Banker Woodland Schmidt. As I get the page turned here, the Holland Sentinel Media Group, we say hello to our friends that have been distributing information for decades. They're honoring amazing teachers who have been recognized throughout the year from submissions from students, teachers, and administrators throughout the area.
Gotta love teachers.
The Holland High School 6th and 7th grade band under the direction of Andrew Bykema and Bethany Van Oss, over 100 members strong, Nick.
Looking good. We'll pick up some of the music. The Holland Public Schools Middle School Band.
Our next presentation is smiling a little bit broader and happier. It's because they got a victory at the ballot box yesterday. The Holland Community Aquatic Center, the operating millage for 5 more years, got passed by Holland voters.
Jack Heising is happy about that, and so am I, because I'm a member down there, and it's I think it was like 8-2 or something like that.
Yep. Thank you for your support. Well deserved, Holland Community Aquatic Center.
Hi, Nancy. Congratulations on the vote. Beautiful facility.
Global Automotive Interior Systems with a presence in the Volksparade, but they'll be front and center tomorrow with the Kinder Parade. American Legion Color Guard from the Willard G. Lane House, post number 6 on Paw Paw Drive in Holland is up next. Now, right behind the Color Guard in the 1st American Legion car, the commander of post 6, as well as the state commander. 99 years ago, the American Legion was formed in 1919. Post 6 charged 2 years later. Wow. And well-deserved applause. Yep. Many people who have not been standing are standing to salute those who have served and are in the American Legion.
We certainly appreciate that. We're standing here today because of their good work. 1951 or 1950, Ford Custom?
Don Dymstra would say, that's the car for me.
That'd be two of us then.
Again, congratulations to the American Legion. Next up, West Michigan Community Bank. Bringing you a windmill overlooking a meadow of tulips and employees focusing on building relationship that matters. West Michigan Community Bank. We took a break, unfortunately, when the Holland Christian High School Band performed, but we will not do that. We'll keep it here for the Holland Christian Middle School Band in the direction of Man Veenstra and Scott Vandenberg. And Tracy Whitby of Encore Twirling is the Majorette Squad instructor.
They're moving right along.
The 12th annual Vanderleek Cup Hospice Regatta, sponsored by National Bulk Equipment, takes place August 18th at Yacht Base.
How you doing, Rich?
A full day of fun, starting with a sailboat race in the morning, a dinghy poker run in the afternoon, and a corn roast dinner. All proceeds go to benefit Hospice of Holland. Those who have needed the services of Hospice of Holland, well appreciative.
Just a wonderful organization. If you've ever had to use them with your parents or relatives or friends, it's wonderful.
My wife was involved with Hospice of Michigan in the GR area, and it was a rewarding experience.
What a wonderful group of people. Special people taking care of people like that.
Okay, it's time for the Adverse Cure Alert. Not for going on the air, Eddie, but it's Camaros of Michigan, a nonprofit organization raising money for charities, sponsoring car shows, fundraisers, car cruisers, and local donations. And yes, it's Camaros of Michigan. A white one. Don't ask me the years. I'm not good anymore about...
These are new ones.
Yeah, these are newer ones. Whether or not we'll see a Jim Rockford model Camaro, we don't know.
They got a few horses underneath there, too. We've seen horses up front, but we've seen horses underneath here. Nice.
While we get a little older and we need sort of more room in our vehicles,
yeah,
and being able to handle all climates, but sometimes, you know, dial back the clocks.
I like the tulips in the windshield, the tulips coming out of the hood over here. With that little touch on it.
Yep.
That's nice.
For the General Motors crowd, they like the Camaros. For Dan Spadafora and the Ford crowd, they'll take the Mustangs anytime. And, of course, we don't want to say anything bad about our friends who like the Dodge Chargers.
Yeah.
Ditto upscale, we will move forward to the Zeeland Christian Middle School Marching Band under the direction of Kevin Schoenwill. Love God, love kids, love learning. Zeeland Christian School, and the band is stepping
and they're growing
to our location.
They're looking good. Color guard up front. Their gold and blue outfits. Young ladies in blue and gold up front. We'll see if we'll pick up some of their music here.
Ditto Upscale, a nonprofit that endows two Christian school systems, Holland and Zeeland, for offered to defray the cost of tuition funding offered to every student. Ditto Upscale Resale strives to maintain upscale inventory of new and gently used items, 45,000 square feet of a unique shopping experience in the Holland area. That is Ditto Upscale Resale. Nice float there, Mr. Weaver.
Yep, it's located just down here on 8th Street down here, and if you've got kids that go to Holland Christian, you benefited from that because the proceeds from Ditto go towards tuition grants at Holland Christian School. So
Linda Hart is leading the way now for the Holland in Bloom presentation. And again, when you dig up the tulip bulbs, you're helping Holland in Bloom And again, not competing this year, but next year, they'll be front and center, either be an America in Bloom contest or Communities in Bloom internationally.
You're just a wealth of knowledge, Gary. Just
June
love working
2nd
with you.
is the Tulip Dig. I told you it was the end of the month. 9 a.m. to noon, or while the bulbs last.
Bring a bucket along. So,
This is the Metal Flow Volksparade. And a special thank you to Metal Flow for sponsoring.
absolutely. Also, thank you in part to our good friends at Lighthouse Title Group, by Compondor, by Russ's Restaurants in Medici, Neapolitan Pizza.
The Vanderbilt Voyager Band, under the direction of Don Heyervarnen. Intense training for this parade. Let's hear what their work has resulted in. Now, old Honest Abe is coming across, but he is not in a Lincoln convertible. He should be in a Lincoln convertible.
Exactly.
The Cottage Home, Lindy Lou, a recreation of a Truscott River Launch. River launches like the Lindy Lou used to ply up the Black River from 1890 to 1930. And the Cottage Home, specializing in designing, building, and helping clients enjoy and maintain exceptional
Stephanie.
vacation homes. The boat, courtesy of the Michigan Maritime Museum down in South Haven.
Stephanie Bauman with her gang in there, the two grandsons of Keith and Jan Scott. Love to see them down here helping out.
The Rotarians are here, the Rotary Club of Holland.
Another service organization. We've got a lot of them in town we're thankful for.
They've been around in these parts since March of 1920. And students from the exchange program from Brazil, Thailand, Japan, and Switzerland are in the float for the Holland Rotary Club. Service above self. Russ Miller, the president, Ed Swart, the district governor. Next up
Students.
is the Holland Christian 6th grade band under the direction of Matt Feenstra, comprised of students from both Rose Park and Pine Ridge Christian schools.
And these guys are marching.
Now, if you haven't noticed, Salvation Army of Holland is gotten its capital improvement program off the ground. They're building a new headquarters just east of Holland City limits.
Yep, and that's coming along very nicely.
It's coming along very well, and the Salvation Army strides forward. They just wrapped up a $3.5 million addition to their building, and that is what I've been talking about. Time now for the Brent Allen Show.
PA, the guy with a good attitude. The boss.
From the Lake Shores 92.7
92.7 The Van.
And the Lake Shores Wake Up Call, Brent Allen.
He's got the tunes playing.
Hallmark Living Holland is celebrating their one-year anniversary being in the Holland area. A 5-star CMS rating, highest rating for Medicare and Medicaid services. Welcome, Hallmark Living.
And Tulip Time Volksparade, brought to you in part by our good friends Phil Nightcamp, 5-star real estate by Washington Square Mini Mart, Glenda's Lakewood Flowers, Randy's Carpet Care by our good friends at Metal Flow, by Bouchelle Sales, Vanderveen's Touch Store, gotta love it, Mapleview Animal Hospital.
Benjamin Soap supports people with autism and other intellectual and developmental disabilities to develop their full potential and provide services to contribute to the health and well-being of families impacted by autism and IDD. Benjamin Soap.
Over on Lakewood Boulevard, West Lakewood Boulevard. Sure appreciate the services provided for these young people.
We had Carol and Shelley with us earlier on the WHTC Morning News. That is the Tulip Time Quilt Show. going on at the Holland Area Arts Council. Labor of Love. We now welcome the Hamilton Middle School Marching Band under the direction of Joseph Herrick.
There he is. There's Joe. What did it go with the younger kids instead of the high school kids today? Pick up some of the music.
Next up is Vista Spring Holland Meadows, a vibrant resort-style senior living community offering extraordinary hospitality and accommodations with various levels of personalized care services in both assisted living, transitional care, and rediscovering settings. Vista Springs Holland Meadows.
Located at 104th and Mason, I believe, right across from our church.
Washington School Neighbors.
Uh-oh, they're getting into it. These look like the Black Hats.
In one of Holland's historic districts, Washington School. The Women's Literary Club is also there, figuring prominently in Holland's Tulip Time Festival since its inception.
Next up, we have Cityside Middle School.
Aaron Good, Jill Hewson, the directors from.
Yep.
And while the earlier band was green and gold,
the Ducks,
this is brown and gold for the Chicks.
A lot of kids involved in this band, Gary. Good to see. And maybe we'll get a little music out of them, too.
We just heard Aaron
Cityside music.
Just heard Aaron Good say, left, right, left, right.
I got that part right.
Next up is Hope Network. It has taken over the Deanna's Place complex over at Country Club in 16th. Hope Network's Development Center strives to help individuals with a range of disabilities to transition to greater vocational and personal independence through a continuum of service. More than 50 years of experience and unwavering commitment to serve others. Hard work, heritage, they go hand in hand at Hope Network. Former State Senator Joe have been among those in that group.
How you doing, Johnny boy?
The West Michigan Cushman Club. There. 35 plus Cushman.
This is my era. 1960s.
Restoration and preservation of the Cushman motor scooters. Made in Lincoln, Nebraska from 36 to 65.
Yeah, Phil Weinberg from our church had one of these. He was about 3 or 4 years older than I was, and man, when I grew up, I wanted to be like him. I wanted one of those Cushmans.
We salute the Holland Department of Public Safety Reserve Officer of the Year, Ross Dirks, and the Part Paid Firefighter of the Year, David McDonald. Well done, gentlemen. And
we're going to wrap it up here as far as bands with the West Ottawa High School Marching Band under the direction of Mike Hammond.
And Jay Gainforth.
Yep, JD's back over there.
Another great year for the West Ottawa bands. One of only 5 high school bands, Nick, to invite to perform at the Michigan Music Conference at the Voss Hall back in January. One of 5 among a record number of applicants.
Started with a guy named Tom Uppergrass, Gary Lucas, Dean Christopher, Kerry Wheeler. Great tradition at West Ottawa in the band program, and a lot of these kids are benefactors of some previous directors, and we just thank them. And we'll pick up some of the music of the West Ottawa High School Marching Band, looking sharp and huge. We'll call it the Huge Show.
last but not least, Nick, the world-famous Dutch Dogs of Holland, Michigan.
Tom Johnson approved. Hey, here come the dogs.
This parade has
the Volksparade has gone to the dogs.
The dogs.
Yeah.
But indeed, lots of love.
There's
Dutch dogs.
There's Miss Root from Holland Christian Middle School. She's taking her dog for a walk in a cart.
With that, we will take another break. Let's get an update on traffic and weather with Ed Verskura, and we'll have more of the Meadow Flow Volksparade on Real News Now, 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Traffic flowing very smoothly right now, but be on the lookout because the parade is almost over here and there'll be a lot of cars heading out of town. So be very careful. Traffic starting to pick up to the north and south on US 31 and down Business Route 196 through Zeeland. Right now, let's take a look at the weather forecast for our area. And this Tulip Time Festival forecast from WHTC.com calls for thunderstorms developing again today, some of which may be severe. Temperatures topping off in the upper 70s to around 80. That did not happen. We've been in the 60s. Tonight, scattered storms, overnight low of 54. Tomorrow morning, clouds, afternoon sun, high of 61. And Friday, rain and a high of 56. Right now, we have in Zeeland getting a temperature update right now in Zeeland. Well, we are at 70 degrees. Well, the sun came out, so it's got to warm up a little bit. 70 degrees right now, mostly cloudy skies in Zeeland.